Alright, so just picked up this Murray 12.5 horse 40-inch cut. Last person said it just stopped running before the season. I'm not sure why, but maybe we can dive into it and see what's going on with it. We'll walk around. Haven't done anything to it yet. I do believe the battery is dead though, but we can check all that. Alright, let's start diving into it. Check the fuel. It's completely empty. Looks like the fuel line is, there's no fuel line. Oh. Carburetor sure is messed up. Somebody looks like the bowl's dented in. I guess we'll get to that. Well, at least it's not locked up. Okay, let's put this camera on a stand here, and let's see if we can check for spark. Alright, so we got some jumper cables hooked up. Alright, let's put the plug back in it, and we'll spray it with some ether on the carburetor, the intake, and see if she'll hit. Looks like she's probably going to run. We got to dive into the carburetor. I'm not sure about that float bolt being beat up. If we can fix that, or if I might have some parts. Worst case, we'll order another one off Amazon. I'll be here in a couple of days. We'll throw that on there. I did have to bypass the seat safety switch. I'll show you. So I did have to bypass this little safety switch right here. This is working. So I just put that on there to hold that down. The switch isn't working, so I had to jump the solenoid right there with a couple of screwdrivers. But I think now I'm gonna check the fuses. I'll check the switch, make sure it's good. Maybe check that solenoid. The ground could be bad on a solenoid since it just has one post on it right there. What I mean by the one post is it doesn't have, if you look at the ground, you have your power coming in from the battery right here, and then the other wire, this big wire right here, is going to the, that one's kind of loose, but it's going to the starter, and then you have this power wire, if it'll focus. have this power wire right here coming off the solenoid of the key. So there's 12 volts going up to the switch. So when you turn the switch to start, which is spring loaded, because you know you hold it down to start and then you let off, it jumps back. But when you send power to this, it's supposed to engage the solenoid in there by electromagnet and connects these two internally, which sends power from the battery to the starter. And usually if there's two posts on the solenoid, then you have a post for ground and a post for basically power from the battery. But since it only has one, then it grounds to the frame. So this could be rusted down here what's bolted to the frame, or it could just be bad solenoid. So we'll test that. So let me get a couple things going on here, and then we'll start the camera back. Alright, so went ahead and took the key switch out. That way we can test the key. Alright, so see if we can, test the switch. So, I'll put this voltmeter in continuity. Alright. So on the switch here, see if we can read these. Okay. So I had to look up a diagram online. So here is the key, and we'll hold it in the same direction. So over here we have the ground, magneto, battery, I'm not sure what that's for, solenoid, and then lights. So let's pull out our voltmeter, and once again it's on continuity so we can test it when we touch them. So we're going to hook up the ground to here. We'll make sure the switch is off. So we'll do ground to ground, and then to M for magneto. Alright, hear that, so that's good. And then we're going to go B for battery right here. And then we're going to touch the S for solenoid. And when we turn the switch over, we should hear continuity, which lets us know the switch is good. Yep. Alright, so the switch is good. I'll clean these connections, and then we'll jump down and test the solenoid itself. Alright, so we confirmed that the switch is good by testing continuity on the prongs. So I plugged everything back up. Even with the pedal pushed down, the seat safety switch, and turning the switch, it still doesn't want to turn over. So I did confirm that we have 12 volts on this wire once the key is put in the starter position. 12 volts to travel down this wire and ends up making it back to the solenoid. And we know the solenoid is good because we put 12 volt power to it and it's clicking. So this wire is broke somewhere. So let's see if we can fish out where this wire is going. Okay, so here's the other end of it. You can come through this wire harness. So it looks like it goes in the harness. Where's this harness go? Alright, so here's the harness. Let's see what we have. So here's the, okay, here's the foot pedal safety switch. Can you push the foot pedal for me? See if that's engaging. It is not. Must be broke. Let's see. Let go of it. Put this, hang on. Push it now. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Now let's see if it starts over. Hold that pedal down. I'll see if I can set this camera down. Alright, so let's see what it does now. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, so now we got it starting by the switch. We'll go ahead and put that all back in, and then we'll address the carburetor situation. Alright, we'll come back. Alright, so we got the new carburetor ordered. We're waiting on that to come in, so I guess that should be here tomorrow. But we'll go ahead and, since we got the ignition and everything's starting up just fine, we'll go ahead and grease up the fittings on it and maybe do a pressure wash. Alright, so we have received the new carburetor, air filter and stuff, so let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing put on. Alright, let's see if we can start this thing. Running good. Let's see how she mows. Alright,